going to do something with it. Tommy, what's a 70? Teach someone else. They say the best way to learn something is to teach it. Because when you're hearing it, you think, oh yeah, I got it. Oh yeah, I got all 7 bullet points. I got it. Until you go try to explain it. So there was this guy and he was talking about something and really, tell me more. How many times we use a phrase, well, I'm doing a bad job explaining it. I'm really not giving the whole message that he was given, but, and here's the 2 bullet points, not the 7. If you teach someone else, teach your spouse, teach your boyfriend, teach your girlfriend, teach the cat, teach the dog, teach the mirror, say it to yourself in the car on the way to work, teach somebody and you will retain 70% of the content. Fair enough? There's no test as to how many notes you took. Some of you will leave with 10 pages of notes and some of you will leave with 10 notes. It's totally up to you. I just want you to get the content. I do a ton of behavioral psychology. I absolutely love it. I go deep, deep, deep into behavioral psychology, and it's like the deeper I go, that makes me want to go even deeper. It's like that Inception, right? If you go 1 level down, what's 2 levels down, right? What you'll realize is that humans are actually very easy to understand. And if you understand what makes us tick, you can get anyone to do anything you want them to do. I have a new phrase in the industry, which is, it's so easy once you realize it's easy. Most people never get to a point of realizing that it's easy, that humans operate and act the same way every single time. Once you get that about people, we sit here and talk about, well, how do I overcome the objection that the payment's too high? And how do I overcome the objection that I don't want your priority maintenance plan? And you're missing the whole point. You're making it so much harder than it needs to be. The profession of sales can be the most lucrative and fun and easy job you've ever had in your life. But you have to understand people, right? If you saw this slide, when I was at the dealer conference, we were at London. Let's see, how come that won't pull up? Probably because my computer froze already. Oh, I heard it. Guess what else happened in London? I spilled coffee on my computer in the middle of the presentation. It was awesome. Because I got there and I said, where are my 2 presentations? They said, oh, well, your 6 presentations are down in that room. And it's like, I contracted 2. I contracted 2 presentations. Same presentation delivered to 2 English-speaking audiences. Yeah, but the Japanese audience and then the French audience and then you have to deliver the same presentation 6 times and we're going to be translating you in the back of the room. You ever done that before? Where you're talking and you're waiting for the translation seconds later to come through on somebody's headphones, a whole room full of headphones. Imagine 200 Japanese people in the whole room full of headphones. And your smart ass joke, you're like 1001, 1000. Hey, you got it, right? Sometimes it doesn't always play. All right, we're going to reboot here in a second. The slide I wanted to show you was the opening slide I had for the dealer show. And it was simply a couple of Triumphs going around a corner. And it says we're asking the wrong question. We're asking the wrong question. The question that we always ask, what's the question that we ask? What do you guys ask all the time? Relative to the success of your business. Anyone? What's your goal based off of? Selling bikes. How many bikes do we sell? How many bikes did you personally sell, Andy? How many bikes did the department sell? How many bikes did the store sell? How many bikes did we do for the month? How many bikes did we do for the year? Are we up or down over last year, right? These are easy, common questions that we ask. Why do I say that's the wrong question? Which, by the way, how many bikes did you sell out of Monroe? 1. Huh? 1. No, you sold more than 1.
I did, yeah.
Of course, see, I left out some information, time frame. How many bikes did you sell total last year out of Monroe? 300 bikes got sold out of Monroe. Why do I think that's the wrong question? That's the answer, isn't it? I mean, every one of you has that version of your answer.
Last year doesn't matter.
Well, last year gives us an indication on this year, right? So on one hand, I do get that. What have you done for me lately? So says Janet Jackson. Come on. Open. And we do use last year to plan this year. What are we missing? It's totally motorcycle crowd at 8 o'clock. This is what's happening right now. Tommy?
People.
What about people? What does that mean? You sell people. So why is that the wrong question? First of all, do you believe it's the wrong question?
I do believe it's the wrong question.
Why is it the wrong question?
You can sell them a motorcycle once is the easy part. We can't get away from it further down to sales. How should you say the hard part is the more engaging part?
No Thruxton ever said, going home with you, but I'm not going home with you. It's never happened. Would you agree? No Triumph Explorer wrestled with, do I really want to belong to that person? Ever. It's never happened. Which gets into the question of what do you sell, which is what Tommy is alluding to here. Because he doesn't sell bikes, he sells people. It's the wrong question because we didn't sell 300 bikes and Triumph didn't sell, how many bikes went down the road last year, Richard? How many bikes came out of your factory? 12,000? How many went to, hang on a second. Quit, there we go. So 12,000, what's the goal this year? Well, 14,000. See, but it's not, but they're not selling bikes. They're selling their dealer partners. They're selling the relationship with the person who decided to fly the Triumph flag in their hometown. Is that a fair statement? You didn't sell 300 bikes in San Francisco. You sold 300 people on why they should own a bike and buy it from you. Do you get it? So you sit here and you think about, okay, well, you'll study the product knowledge. What's the horsepower on a Thruxton? Anyone? 97. So how do you know that, Anthony?
Previous training classes.
Okay, training classes. So we've been trained on the motorcycle. We've been trained as to the differences and what makes one better than the other, right? All those training classes that we went through. Where's the training class on human behavior? And how many of those do you attend? And how many books on behavioral psychology do you read? Awesome. It's a good time. Schoolie's been a firefighter forever. I thought that was your radio going off back there. Is it a call? Is it Tony? Sit there, think about how much time you've spent studying bikes and product knowledge, right? Whether it's a brochure here or online forum there or whatever, and then tell me how much time and energy you've spent understanding humans and researching the brain and behavioral psychology. And tell me, is it 1 to 1? Is it 100 to 1? Is it 1 to 100? Because if the human is the thing that's making the decision, why in God's name aren't we spending more time understanding humans than we are understanding motorcycles? Zig Ziglar, very famous sales trainer, passed away years ago. Sales is a transfer of enthusiasm. That's all it is. It's not a transfer of product knowledge. It's a transfer of enthusiasm. Because enthusiasm is a human trait. Product knowledge is not a human trait. We spend so much time learning product knowledge, but not learning humans. So I'm going to walk you through some of the pieces of that. Some of it, if you guys have been through the training, is a review on some of the stuff you've heard before. Some of it's brand new because, like you, I hope, like you, I'm always learning. I'm always wanting to know more and understand more. I just went through a string of some bad luck, you know. I think they say that tragedies happen in threes, you know, and I think anybody who's been through that, my wife had 4 people in her family die since Christmas. Jeez, right? We had a client dealer of ours, and you got to know that, you probably know this from your owners, we become very good friends with our clients and our dealers. Had a client dealer get his son caught up in a riptide, and he drowned, you know? And you sit here and you're like, man, how is it that I haven't talked to him since the last meeting, 3 months, but all of a sudden I feel so amazingly connected with his family, and then you reach out and you're like, if there's anything I can do for you. Why does that happen? Because of relationships. Because humans constantly seek out people and things that make us feel good and validated. And I went back to Maslow's hierarchy of needs. If you're a psychology fan, you go to Maslow's hierarchy of needs and you start talking about what humans have to have and what levels, right? And the fact that we need food and we need to stay alive, and then we need some kind of shelter to protect us from animals and bad things and storms and everything. And you know what's number 3 on the list? Connection. Connection. Funds keep going up, right? I got to stay alive first, and then I got to feel connected. I have to feel like I'm part of something. I have to surround myself with people who validate me, who think I'm cool, who think I'm fun, who think I'm worthy, who think I'm, right? It's not a very macho thing to talk about, but I promise you it's inherent in being a human being. We constantly seek out other people to make us feel like we fit in. Realize that nowhere in there did it say we constantly seek out a new toy. It says we seek out other people to make us feel like we fit in. You want to understand what sales is all about? Make somebody feel like they fit in. They'll buy anything you have, anything. Sales is not a transfer of here's the best price and here's all the product knowledge and why it works for you. Sales is a function of when you make someone feel like they fit in to your party, to your mood, to Erico Motorsports and the hub that you guys have downtown. When I feel like I fit into that, changes the dynamic, makes me want to be part of it. I don't care what the bike is, I don't care what the price is, all that goes out the window. Every bit of logic takes a back seat when that feeling is present. So that's why I think it's the wrong question. That's why I always want to know what you sell. And there's no wrong answer. You can tell me you sell service all